Okay, everybody, good morning. It is still morning, except if you are on the East Coast, and it's time to basically jump into today's session of On the Radar and live market updates. The question we're going to be asking ourselves today is, you're going to like this question, which of the stocks that are coming on the radar have been naughty and which have been nice? We'll get to that towards the end because I've got a couple of good stocks that I want to be taking a look at. You may want to consider some action on one of them today if you are an option trader. We'll jump in. Let's jump right in and take care. And let me introduce myself. I'm Dennis Wilborn. I am the Active Trend Trader, founder of Active Trend Trading. I'm really enjoying doing these live sessions. Please, in the comments, let me know if we are basically hitting the target for you. I am an old naval aviator, and so, I'm going to talk a little bit in lingo that a naval aviator would be talking at. I'm talking about things that are being on target. I'm talking about things being on the radar. We've got several things that we're going to be basically locking on to, and then we're doing some course corrections in the middle, but we'll be taking and trying to keep this session down below about 15 minutes. Why? Because it's the final hour of the trading day. We do this session on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's the meat of when the action in the market takes place. And what we want to do is we can get it down to 15 minutes. That way, if you like one of the things that we're looking at that we're going to do, and you want to parallel trade or jump on something and within your rules, to give you an opportunity on the stocks that we are, in fact, identifying. One of the things to consider as we'll consider that in a second. Let's jump into the session. The spiders represents the S&P. What the heck are they doing? On a daily chart, as you see right here, let me get my little pointer out. Okay. As you see, we basically have run 3 days worth of just spinning top type dojis. Spinning top type dojis, but basically, which means the market is in a process of indecision. Not unusual for that to happen going into the holiday period. But as we'll see as we get into one of our other stocks or one of our other indexes, which is the Russell, I am going to do something for you today. I'm going to show you exactly how far, or I'll give you an upside target on the Russell or on the IWM of where prices may head to, and we'll give you an upside target on it. That's a pretty good deal. So anyway, what I'm looking at, S&P, looks like it wants to roll over. However, is it going to be rolling over and go into a dive? I'm looking at, keep an eyeball on the 34-day moving average right there and the 50-day moving average. Those tend to be natural levels of support. And also the low on Monday, which is down at 362. That may be also a place where you want to lay in an alert if you're going to be trading the S&P. We're not ready for the IWM yet. The Qs representing the NASDAQ. NASDAQ has, of course, been the strongest of the stocks or of the indexes. The NASDAQ has been the strongest of the index so far this year. It has been quite a heck of a ride this year, as you've noticed. All the craziness going on with the virus, all the economic things, the economy just is on the cliff, basically. However, the market's been doing exceptionally well. What's behind that? Is it central bankers propping it up, running into, to pick up shares for people who have got to sell their shares because of financial issues? But what we're looking at, the Qs, similar type thing, although it is staying above the 8-day moving average, and it's right there at that previous breakout area of $308.60. I want to take a real quick over to the, over to the weekly chart. However, what we have going back to last Friday, we had a hanging man and a bearish engulfing. That is still in effect. We've had negative divergence. That is still in effect. Look for, if we break the 8, look for a pullback to the 20, which the 20 is going to also coincide with this support level at about $305, 305. I do like trading the Qs and their leverage ETFs, both directions, and also doing some option trades on those. So that's what we're doing with the Qs. At this particular time, not going to take any action on this. See what comes up next week. Remember, this is the last trading day of this week. Tomorrow is Christmas, so everybody's got their shopping done. And so what are we looking at? Similar type thing here. Let me get rid of that. Let me go over here. Okay, let me grab my arrow. What do we have? What's happening in the, as you can see here, with the candlestick that's happening today? We're getting a slight spinning top bearish engulfing on IWM. IWM has been on a just tear going all the way back to mid-November as it's just proceeded march very smartly up the 8-day moving average. Hence, indicated very strong trend. Now the question is, how high might it go? And that's one of the things I promised that I would show you going into today is how far might it go. Let's reduce these things down a little bit. Let's squeeze that. One of the ways to determine that is to utilize your Fibonacci's. And if you don't know how to use Fibonacci's, you can drop me a note in the DM to say, hey, Dennis, I've got 2 videos on how to use Fibonacci's over on my YouTube channel, Market Tech Talk. Fibonacci's are absolutely phenomenal when it comes to identify hidden levels of both support, resistance, and also projections on where price action may go. Now, there's no 100% guarantee that that's where it's going to go, but you just go back to a past high to the low. And normally what you're going to get is that after you have broken out the 100% retracement, the upside targets come in 3 different sizes. One is the 1272, is one of the extensions. Let me get rid of that little properties. Kill that. There we go. Get that 180. So 1272, and then the upside above that, if we break out of that, the upside target is the 1618. The 1618. Write this down. $216.82. So if I get within $1 of that, that's pretty good targeting. How long will it take? That's, I can show you how the timing Fibonacci's work also. However, I do that in the video. You may want to take a look at it again. It's over at on my YouTube channel at Market Tech Talk. So that's my upside target. I'll write that down. And then we'll jump into the individual. So I've got $216.82. And what I'll do is I'll keep track of that moving forward so that, 4, 5, 6 weeks from now, or even longer, once it hits that, we'll know that that's a potential natural level of resistance where prices could reverse and fall back down. So that's, or reverse down off of. So nice upside target. And I always kind of pad my upside targets a little bit. I would rather sell a position out as it's actually moving up rather than let it get up to the target and then start to roll over. Why? Because once it starts to roll over, everybody is trying to get out of that entity, and you wind up with losing a lot more of your profit than you want to. The slippage is not good. So that's what we're looking with IWM, as I promised. So now what do we want to look at for the particular stocks? I am looking at, we talked about it for course corrections. Not a lot of course corrections. I'm looking at 2 different entities that we're already in. Folks, if you're in the trade on MasterCard. MasterCard is basically give us a nice little takeoff today. We close above the 8 to 20 and all those moving averages. That's an excellent sign. And the little spread trade that we have on there with about 20 contracts, really, we'll be able to probably take that off next week if we get up there towards the $340 level, about $5 away. What is the other one we're looking at? I highlighted, let's see here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Not cyber, it is CPRT. There we go. I'll just grab that really quick. One we talked about yesterday also. And how's it doing? Is it pushing up? Yeah, it came up and kissed the daggum 124.04. Remember, my profit target on that is 124.15. In a situation like that, what do? Okay, I've got a bearish engulfing happening over yesterday's candlestick. Do I go ahead and exit right now? I don't think so, because remember, we're in this trade all the way down here at 114. So I'll just sit there and go, I expect if we get a breakout, then we're going to possibly run up to the 128. What I will do, though, is I will tighten my stops up to either just dropping below the 8-day moving average, or I could say, you know what, if it drops yesterday, 2 days ago that low, that would be a good time to exit the trade. So that's what we've got on both of those. Now, let's take a real quick look at what is happening, what stocks are on the radar. And here's where we do our naughty and nice list. So if tell me what, please drop a note. If you're joining us on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the bell for notification when we post good training videos there. But also drop a note in the comment section just to say, hey, here's the stock I traded last year that's was really nice, and here's the one that was really naughty. I've been doing that as I'm starting to roll together my my objectives for what's going on. And here's kind of my list. My nice list is DocuSign. We made multiple clients trading that. We made a little bit over $10,000 on it. My not nice or my naughty list is SPLK. But again, it's that time of year, folks, when we want to be taking a look and saying, okay, what worked for me last year? What didn't work for me this year? And then we make the adjustments to, and I would say just, bite-sized pieces. Identify one thing that you can do differently going into 2021 that will improve your trading. Focus on that. And then once you've got that mastered, you can go to the next step. Excellent stuff. So CPRT. So what stock? You want the naughty or you want the nice? Let's do the nice. Then we'll go back to the naughty. The nice is AMD. We talked about that a little bit yesterday, but it is setting up very nicely for a potential trade, and we'll see how it looks towards the end of the day. It's looking not as nice as it was when I first looked at this. If I get back up above $92, which may or may not happen, I'm still working within this little wedge here. To me, since we're going to be on a long weekend, short day, long weekend, to me it sets up for a really nice weekly bull put spread or a put credit spread where I could take in some premium, and I wouldn't mind owning AMD. And so that's another way I want to look at it. Which put spread? I'd be looking at the weeklies that expire on the 31st, which is next Thursday. The expected move in between now and then is somewhere between plus and minus $5. And so I would be looking at selling to 94 and then buying the $90 put. Yes, I recognize the 94 is in the money. The expected move would take me out, through and out of the money and give me a better credit. I try to do my credit spreads or my debit spreads where I at least have a 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1 win-loss ratio. And so again, I'll be looking at this. And if we get off the today's session, yeah, it looks pretty good. Actually, it does. So now the naughty. You ready for the naughty? Baba is absolutely getting whacked to the downside today due to some issues, legal issues, and some that they are basically taking them to task for. That and Tencent, one of a company that works, that is affiliated with BABA or is actually owned by BABA. And so as we see this, one of the things I'm going to be looking at BABA is where can I start to trade this to the downside? And the other question is, a lot of times this type of stuff happens and you're going, well, doggone, I should have known, why didn't I be able to take advantage of it? Were there any clues that were coming out? And the fact of the matter is when you are a technical analyst, you know that there's some clues that something's up. And I'm going to show you a tip on how to find that out. Is one, I'm looking at a daily chart here. Flip back to the weekly chart on this. And what happened on BABA? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks ago, we had a topping process. We came up and basically then we had a huge sell-off on huge volume on the weekly chart. Price action tried to pull back up. This is after it already broken down below the moving average. That's the 8-week and the 20-week. Attempted rally, failed, and that was a clue right there. That was the clue that, aha, let's get ready to potentially trade this to the downside. And that would have been a great place to do some option trades, trade that to the downside, and then it did a follow-through today and broke through this level of resistance or support right there at the 250 level, and it's dropped. What's its range today? The range is, I don't see the range. There we go. We'll see it here shortly. There we go. Range today, 49 bucks. So what I'll be looking for now off of BABA, am I going to sell it down here? Heavens no. I'm a pullback trader, and so I trade the trends, I trade the swings. So my objective on this is watch for, here's basically the secret sauce, watch for it to pull back into that area there, which corresponds with that level of support that it found about $137. And it also happens to be the midsection of that candle. Anytime you get a large downside candle like that, look towards the middle third. This is pure candlesticks. And if you need to know something about candlesticks also, I have a certified candlestick technician. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a note or DM me. And then it did the same thing back up here. Look what happened. Fell. Where did the price action go up into? The middle third. A lot of people say it's the halfway point, but it's actually the middle third. You expect price action to move up that direction. And that's what we'll be expecting next week. So, hey, that's a couple of stocks that are on my radar. My naughty and nice list. Again, drop a note for me. What stock is on your naughty list and what stock is on your nice list? With that, we'll bid you adieu. Guys, it's finally time for you to go out and finish your Christmas shopping. And I say that jokingly. My daughter-in-law was kind enough, Sharon, to actually do my Christmas shopping for me yesterday. And so that was really sweet of her. I really appreciate that. So until later, aloha. Have a wonderful time with your family. Enjoy the freedom that we have being here in the United States. And again, enjoy. I appreciate the heck out of every one of you. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome Christmas. Aloha. God bless everybody.